Hi everybody, this is Agnes from Sediment, and today let's talk about Franc, Cabernet Franc. The truth is, Cabernet Franc is an ancient grape variety, an ancestor of many famous grapes that we have already discussed here, namely Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot and Carmenere. And yet, I have not talked about it on my YouTube channel. What a shame. So today, let's change that. If we compare Cabernet Franc with Cabernet Sauvignon, the former seems to me lighter in body and more fragrant. I have observed that aroma components which in Cabernet Sauvignon seem to indicate underripeness, such as leafiness, capsicum or graphite, in Cabernet Franc, I perceive them as typicity. However, it is usually wrapped within savory red fruits, notes of lilac and violets, as well as hints of black tea. Tannins in Cabernet Franc are usually of a moderate level, yet they tend to have firm structure. It also usually shows fresh and lively acidity, and it will rarely feel flat or flabby. Quite opposite, really. It often shows energy or tension in the glass, not only on the palate, but also on the nose. First and foremost, Cabernet Franc is made into medium to full-bodied, dry red wines that show beautiful, fragrant nose. It often plays a part in blends and in many cases taking a supporting role rather than being the leading grape variety. However, as with everything, there are beautiful exceptions, of course. Personally, I like monovarietal Cabernet Franc a lot. They offer bright color, depth of aroma, lively acidity, and moderate but firm tannin structure. Cabernet Franc responds well to oak aging, and the majority of premium examples, especially those blended with Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot, will be aged in new or partially new French oak barrels. Interestingly, Cabernet Franc can also be made into sparkling wine, and to discover these wines we really have to travel to Loire Valley, France. Here it is allowed to be a blending partner for Crémant de Loire. I would also like to mention Canadian specialty Cabernet Franc ice wine. I have been lucky enough to taste these wines, and they are lusciously sweet while still offering great refreshment in terms of acidity, bright raspberry nose and deep pink color. This only shows how versatile Cabernet Franc really can be. Cabernet Franc appears to have originated in France, and many will point to the famed Bordeaux region as its birthplace, while others argue for the Loire Valley. There are even some studies that suggest that Cabernet Franc could have originated in the Basque region, Spain. However, in terms of plantings, today its stronghold definitely is France. It is an important red grape variety in Bordeaux, particularly on the right bank where it is one of the two main grape varieties. Depending on the producer, it can constitute the blend from around 20% up to more than half. It is, of course, also planted in other parts of Bordeaux and overall accounts for approximately 10% of all the vineyards in the region. A less known yet very important winemaking region for Cabernet Franc is Loire Valley in France, where it can shine in its own appellations such as Chinon, Bourguel and Saumur. Under these names, Cabernet Franc is usually bottled as a monovarietal wine, and I truly believe that one can perceive its true identity and character here. It is fresh, fragrant and approachable, both in style and price. Cabernet Franc is planted here and there across all the Europe. Even I have it in my greenhouse here in Latvia. However, it's worth mentioning its significance in Italy, with the majority of plantings in Tuscany. It is also a minor blending partner in some of the best-known Super Tuscan wines. Cabernet Franc also plays a supporting role in many Bordeaux blends outside Europe. Therefore, its plantings can be found wherever Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot shine. Think of California and Washington State. There are even some found in British Columbia, Canada, as it ripens earlier than Cabernet Sauvignon, thus providing more reliability. And as I mentioned before, it is also found in Niagara Peninsula, where it is made into beautiful sweet wines. Due to Cabernet Franc's lively acidity, it is quite versatile with food. If you have a fuller-bodied Bordeaux blend, think of fatty and flavorsome meat dishes, including those hearty lamb stews. With fruitier and lighter Cabernet Francs, especially those coming from Loire Valley, consider dishes that are filled with herbal complexity. I think it would wonderfully accompany a variety of vegetable dishes and stews, including those based on tomato sauces. And I would enjoy it with roasted duck or a duck confit any day. While Cabernet Franc is primarily a blending partner in Bordeaux wines, there are some producers who allow it to shine, notably Cheval Blanc and Angelus in Saint-Emilion, as well as La Fleur in Pomerol. In the Loire, Clos Rougeard is certainly the loudest name, but I also encourage exploring Bernard Boudry, Charles Juguet, and Yannick Amireux. These wines definitely offer great value. In Italy, many will consider Le Macule and Tenuta di Trinoro to produce some of the best examples of Cabernet Franc. Sassicaia also typically incorporates a significant amount of Cabernet Franc in their wines. And in one of the latest vintages of Ornellaia, Cabernet Franc already accounted a 13%, which is quite impressive. There are some great examples from California, such as Antica and Paul Hobbs. However, I want to emphasize Aufournier from Argentina, which is a producer very dear to me. They make absolutely beautiful red wines incorporating a significant proportion of Cabernet Franc in their blends. If you want to learn more about the other Cabernet, Cabernet Sauvignon, click here.